Hello, I'm Kat and welcome to Tropical Spice Garden. We have some great cooking lined up today and I'd love to introduce you to Chef Karim, so follow me. Hello Chef, how are you?
Very well,
Great
and you?
to see you, yeah.
It's lovely being here as always.
It's been too long.
So we are here to try to cook something for you and hope you like it.
I'm looking forward. So for the benefit of our audience today, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Alright, so my name is Nuril. I'm born in Penang, raised here, and currently I'm running a restaurant called Jawi House.
Yep.
We focus on Peranakan, Muslim Peranakan food, but my personal interest is also to highlight the bounty of local ingredients. So locally grown herbs and ulams and vegetables and how we can use them in our food and also to incorporate them in more modern cooking. So I heard over here and I've also taken a look through, but we're going to see what we can take from you today.
Excellent, yeah.
We are going to attempt to cook you in this outdoor setting, otak-otak, but it's going to be a bit more different. We're going to use a garoupa fish fillet with a prawn mousse on top and serve with an ulam pesto.
Okay.
Ulam you're going to get from your garden.
Okay.
Okay. And if we have time, we're going to cook a laksam.
Oh, okay.
So the laksam is a fish broth, but the difference is that we're going to smoke the fish, make the broth with that.
Wow.
Steal more ulam from you.
Okay. Getting hungry. Come, let me show you up to the spice terraces.
Alright.
Okay,
Katherine.
Chef, so here we are. Sawtooth coriander.
Sawtooth coriander, this will be my first pick of the day.
Okay, excellent.
I'll try not to massacre your plants.
That would be lovely, thank you.
But again, sawtooth coriander, as we all know, is very strong compared to normal coriander. It has a very aromatic,
it's lovely.
pungent flavor, so we don't need too much. So
what's next? We're gonna have some.
We're gonna attempt to. Okay, we can get the
We're
kado
looking for
first.
the kado. Yep.
This one I see grows quite wild, so I'm going to take a bit more lah.
We use it as a ground cover here, so there's plenty.
It is very nice to use as a ground cover.
Yeah.
But very common in Nyonya Peranakan food as well. We're going to use this in the otak-otak.
Oh, great.
Get a couple. Do you usually allow your guests to come and just take
No,
herbs?
no, we don't. Yeah,
So I'm
you're
special.
privileged.
I'm
yes,
very privileged.
You are.
So we're going to get some daun kesum.
Yeah. What's a laksa without daun kesum, eh?
Key ingredient, Kat.
Yeah, really. It's got such a unique, peculiar,
bitter, chili, spicy.
Yeah,
if you eat the leaf
so
on
unique.
its own, it's actually pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah. They call it Vietnamese mint, but we call it here laksa leaf or daun kesum, chenohom. And as you said, it's the characteristic flavor of a laksa, and it goes well with any sort of seafood or fish. All right, and next, if you don't mind, I'm gonna get a little bit of this basil for the pesto.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So this one I'm going to take a little bit more because when we grind the pesto, you're not going to get much. Basically, this tree is going to be for the otak-otak. Okay. And this is just a little bit backup for my laksa.
Okay, looking forward, nice.
And then if I can see later on you have some ginger and rhizome, we'll see what we can use.
Okay, let's do it. Come.
Okay, so we're going to use this temu as well for the laksam broth. Usually, some recipes they don't use temu, but more of a Siam Thai style or Northern Malay style, sometimes they'll use temu. But anyway, it adds a nice flavor.
Wow.
And
but it's a harder ingredient to get, right?
It is.
So it's more available in the northern states, southern Thailand, would you say? Or?
Correct. It's very common there in the markets, and it's also a medicinal plant.
Yeah.
Which this is it.
Oh, wonderful.
So this is why it's called temu kunci.
Yeah.
Kunci means key, right?
Yep.
So these are like these little fingerlings, which we're going to use later. We're just going to rinse it off. More than enough. For one pot of laksa, you just need maybe 2 or 3 of these sprigs. Okay. But it adds a very nice herbal, very herbal kind of Southeast Asian twist to it. So we got this, and I think we're ready to cook.
Okay, that's great.
Let's go. So here we are, right in the middle of Tropical Spice Garden. We chose this beautiful fish pond to do our cooking demonstration for you. We're going to share to you a couple of very interesting recipes today. And today, first, we're going to start with this prawn otak-otak on a fillet fish garoupa and it's going to be served with an ulam pesto and a pucuk paku or fiddle fern salad. Now, not to waste any time, we're going to get started on the sambal. So for any sort of base of Malaysian cooking, we always have a base of sambal. So now we're just going to cut some onion. Basically, we're just going to blend this up into a paste, yeah? So we got some onion, some shallots, a bit of ginger, not too much. And then we have some fresh turmeric. Just cut it up into smaller pieces so the blender can grind it up easily. Now we're going to blend these things with a little bit of water. Now garlic, I'm just going to put 2-3 cloves. Alright. So we're going to add a bit of water. And last but not least, we also have a bit of chili paste. And we're going to blend this in as well. So just blend it until it's nice and smooth. We got some oil in this pan, and then we're just going to fry this. So basically we're going to cook this until it's nice and fragrant and until the oil splits. So over here, I'm just going to add a bit of tomato paste just to give some acidity. So this is just a local shrimp paste. Maybe you're going to put like half a block. This is quite strong and salty. Just going to chop it up into smaller pieces and chuck it in. And of course, if any sambal, you have to adjust it with some sugar. About 2 tablespoons of sugar, a pinch of salt. Now we're going to let this cook through until the oil splits, until it's fragrant, until most of the water has evaporated. And we have some ready over here, as you can see. Once it cooks through, you're going to get a bit of a thick, beautiful reddish dark paste. And this is what we want. This is what we're going to use to blend with the prawn meat to make the otak-otak paste. Now we have to let it cool down because you cannot put in hot sambal with the prawn. Everything is going to cook. So cook this through, let it cool down, keep it aside, and then we're going to show you how we're going to blend the otak-otak paste. We're going to start with these fresh prawns, just in the food processor. So obviously we remove the shells from the prawns as well as the veins. Now this is the sambal paste that we've made earlier. 2-3 tablespoons maybe. If you want it more spicy, you can add more. Now we got an egg yolk. The egg yolk is just to bind everything together. And what makes it the otak-otak flavor is also the fragrance of the coconut milk. So we're just going to put in a bit of coconut milk or coconut cream, maybe about 2-3 tablespoons as well. We're going to grind this up. Alright, so we just grind away. So we're going to grind it until it's quite smooth because we're going to layer this on top of the fish. So maybe just a little bit of salt. This is looking good. Alright, so once you can see, it's going to be really smooth. A beautiful orange reddish color. So this is what we want. It's quite thick, easy to work with. Just to show you, this is the piece of garoupa, local garoupa that we've caught it here. This spotted garoupa fillet, and we just slowly work the force meat, the farce, on top of the fillet to just create a double layer. So the fish itself is about maybe 120 to 140 grams. You don't need such a big piece of fish because you're going to be putting at least another 80 to 100 grams also of the farce. So this is it. You have the garoupa fillet at the bottom, the prawn otak-otak mousse on top. I'm just going to place it in the steamer gently and let this steam for about 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, fish doesn't need to take so long and this will be ready in no time. Right now we're going to prepare the ulam pesto. So just now we've already collected some nice basil and sawtooth coriander from the garden. We also have some down Ceylon over here. And we're just going to put maybe a couple of cloves of garlic. Alright, so what we're going to do with this pesto, which is a little bit different, to maintain the green color, we're just going to blanch it in the water very quickly. Just for maybe 30 seconds or so. Alright, so here it is. So this is what we're going to use for the pesto base. Okay, we're going to just put it on the chopping board a little bit. We're going to chop it up smoothly. So we have the spice grinder here. This is used for coffee or any dried spice. You can put some of this inside. So this pesto, the base is going to be a bit of olive oil. And then, of course, we have some cheese. Some Parmesan cheese, a little bit. This will just help it emulsify. We got maybe the juice of half a lime. You can add some nuts as well. You're just going to set this in the grinder and grind it. Now just let it run until it's a nice smooth paste. This is looking like a very beautiful smooth pesto paste. This is exactly what you're looking for. Sometimes when you're working with ulam or local greens, it's quite fibrous and you don't want to have these fibrous bits in your mouth when you eat. So what we do is, once it's grinded down, we're going to use this drum sieve and make sure you put a tray or a plate underneath. So you're going to get a smooth paste and you're going to get all these fibrous bits out. So we pass it through gently, no worries. You can see there's some nuts which didn't finish grinding. You see guys? All the fiber, imagine this in your dish. So we can discard some of this fiber and flip it around. I'll show you. We transfer the pesto to a bowl. And this will be our base. So now we're going to fry the daun kaduk. First we're just going to chiffonade the daun kaduk into very thin slices. And we're going to deep fry it. Okay, so we have just chiffonade or thinly sliced the daun kaduk which we plucked. This is going to be our final garnish. The oil is hot. So we're just going to flash fry this for a few seconds until it's nice and crispy. Okay, and that's it. So you can see it will burn pretty fast. You can season with a little bit of salt. So what we have over here finally is the kerabu. The kerabu is going to be one of just the sides. So the base of the kerabu, yeah, is pucuk paku or fiddle fern. Here we have some thinly sliced shallots, bunga kantan or the torched ginger flower, sliced tomato, long beans, some crushed peanuts and dried shrimp. So Yisang style kerabu, we're just going to toss everything together. Kerabu generally you have a sour taste and a sweet taste as well. So here we're just going to add a bit of lime juice. We're going to add maybe 1 teaspoon of sugar to balance everything out. We have a bit of fish sauce for the saltiness. And we also have a bit of coconut milk. Just going to give it a bit of a toss. Alright, so we are finally done with our dish. Okay, we have cooked the otak-otak that has already been steamed over here. We got the pesto ready and the pucuk paku salad. Very nice, so the pesto will go in the middle. Then we can put the fish in the center as well. And then we're just going to arrange the pucuk paku around, yeah? Take a little bit at a time. So here we have the fish nestled in a nest of pucuk paku. And last but not least, you got the crispy daun kaduk on top. Right. So that's it. Well, if you want, we always have some, after the sambal is done, you're going to get some really nice chili oil at the bottom, or at the top, sorry. You can just drizzle a bit of the chili oil, give a little bit more brightness. Alright, so this is it. all done. It looks simple, but as you can see, there's quite a few components to the dish. So it's a bit more effort to try at home, but I'm sure anybody could try to do it. So this is it, guys. Prawn otak-otak on garoupa fillet with pucuk paku salad and ulam pesto. So hopefully you can try it at home, and this will encourage you to cook local, use local ingredients, and maybe grow your own local herbs. Alright, can't wait to give this to Kat, and hopefully she likes it.